What's up, everybody? My name is Anthony, and for today's video, we are back on the Rose Talks channel. Now, as you can see by the title, we're going to be talking about why I decided to drop out of college instead of doing the 4 years, getting my bachelor's or whatever, and yeah. So I graduated high school June 2018. I was super hyped. Like, it was a really cool feeling. In sophomore or junior year, I was actually thinking about dropping out of high school to be a full-time YouTuber, because I had a couple people that I knew that were making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month off of YouTube, and I had the opportunity to kind of do that stuff with them, and I was really tempted to take the opportunity, make my own channel, have it do like a bunch of views, but I decided not to because I was honestly worried about the longevity of the channels these people were making. So I decided to, you know, finish high school, and then, like I said, I graduated June 2018. Now, after I graduated, I did already have the college that I was going to go to. I was already accepted, and everything was great. It was a Florida school. If you guys didn't know, I'm from Florida, or at least I live in Florida. Was born in New York, and I had a bunch of scholarship stuff, and I had this thing called Florida Prepaid, so it just made sense for me to go to an in-state university. The only university in Florida that I didn't get into, I think I didn't apply to the University of Miami. And then there's a university called UCF that I applied to and literally messed up my application, so they didn't accept me. But every other school I got into, which was a huge confidence boost at the time, because I remember people at school joking with me and messing with me, saying that I wasn't going to get accepted because I was falling asleep in class or whatever. And then I ended up getting accepted into like the number, I think, 7 or 8 public university at the time, which was UF. And a lot of people around me in my grade, at my school, whatever, didn't get into that university, and they were jealous. They were saying pretty mean stuff about me. They're like, "You got into UF? Like, that's so crazy." And it was weird. A part of me felt like I didn't deserve it, and the other part of me was like hyped that I proved them wrong, because these same people were talking to me about how it's funny that I make sad music and whatever. So it was like kind of a slap in the face to them, talking just the most shit that they could about what I did in my free time, and then I'm smart enough to get into a university and they're not. So it was kind of cool, and I think it was eye-opening for them seeing me actually get into a really good school. And yeah, so I get accepted into UF, I do the preview, and I end up doing, I think, the summer B term or summer C term, which was essentially just like you take a short semester in the summer, and then you're there already for the fall. And it was honestly a lot of fun. I met a lot of cool people. Made a lot of new friends. A couple of my, I think actually most of my friends did the summer term, and yeah, it was great. I had all A's. I think I had maybe 1 B. Really decent GPA, and everything was looking great. I even met one girl. I won't say her name or anything because there's literally no point, but I met a girl who was very interested in me, but was kind of shady with me about this situation between her and her boyfriend / ex, and that actually ended up playing a huge part into why I stopped going to school. So I do well in the summer semester. I actually move out of the housing place that I was in because I wasn't really enjoying it, and I wanted to go move into the newer place with my high school friends, and I end up doing that, and I have a roommate named Donovan who is a freaking G, man. Love that guy. I hope he's doing well. And life is good. Life is good. I introduced my high school friends to the girl that I was talking to. I'm doing well in my classes. I'm playing Rocket League with the boys. I even signed up for like a soccer league with my friends, which is like a crazy decision for me to make because I had broken my hip and I was like scared of playing any sports. I didn't play anything in high school, even though I probably should have, because I've been decent at soccer my whole life. But yeah, I ended up playing soccer with my friends, and that was also a lot of fun. There was actually a moment where this big dude came and like trucked me. I hit the wall. He got a foul, and I was bruised for like probably 2 or 3 weeks. It was actually insane. But yeah, I was doing everything a college kid could do. I was making friends. I was getting active. I was studying, and life was honestly good. But of course, for all of our good moments, we also have bad moments. I, as a young man who is very emotional and always wanted an awesome relationship, invested a lot of time into the relationship or whatever it was with the person that I was talking to. I really thought she was dope, and I spent a lot of my time helping her with her chemistry stuff and everything that she had going on, and it honestly took a major toll on me. And the reason it took a major toll on me is because she ended up telling me that she wanted to stop talking, and this got me really depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty unstable as a person. I was kind of masking all of my mental issues that I had going on with everything that I was doing in college, and I thought things were getting better. But when you mask problems, you're not actually solving problems, and that was something that I knew deep down but didn't want to admit at the time. So she tells me that we're gonna stop talking, and then after a little bit, she hits me up again, and we're hanging out again. She went to my house, like, in Jacksonville, which was crazy. So we drove like an hour and a half away from Gainesville, which is where UF is, and she came to my house, and she ended up leaving an iPad here. And I was like, okay, so there's a lot of question marks that I have about this person in this relationship. I really want to check this person's iPad to see maybe the text messages are connected or something, because I need some info. Now, I'm 19 at the time. I had never looked into anybody's phone or anything like that before this, and I really felt like my heart and my brain were getting ripped apart by this person. So in my best interest, or at least what I thought was my best interest, I decided to look at her iPad to see if there were any messages with an X or anything that this girl was saying, to actually get a better idea of what was going on behind my back. And let me tell you, I found some crazy stuff, and I think I actually still have one of the screenshots to this day somewhere in my Snapchat memories, but it was absolutely absurd. Alrighty, y'all, hopefully you made it this far into the video. I mean, if you're watching it, you did, but I really hope everybody makes it this far into the video. Essentially, I found the screenshots that I was talking about, and I want to read them out loud to you while I put them on the screen. So essentially, and this one is my lyrics, apparently. The dude's name is Jason. I said, now everybody's leaving. I'm losing hope. I'm losing feeling in my body. Liver's dying. Lungs are crying. Now I'm really having trouble breathing. They deceive me, want to end it. Yeah, I have my reasons. I've been abused, getting used to this day. Still ashamed of the path that we all had to take. Find the grace. There it goes. Sober up. Then we fold, because we know in the end, everybody dies alone. The guy says, why? She goes, because he's suicidal. He wants to himself. He wants attention because he wants you. It's literally a song. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Okay. And the second one is crazy. Okay, let me get the second one up, because this is absolutely insane. As soon as it's over, I'll go to my house, shower, and then pick you up. Okay. Outside. And then 3 hours later, I'm scared to go inside. LOL, I hope I don't smell like cum or anything. My uncle is there. Try to go to the bathroom. Scene is safe. LMAO. That was fun, and dinner was great. Thank you. So, what I'm going to say in this next part of the video, I hope you have better context now that I was literally losing my mind over this. I have never been cheated on at this point, and this girl pulls this. She's making fun of my depressing lyrics with her ex that she's having sex with behind my back. That is disgusting. And no, I didn't write those lyrics because I wanted attention. I wrote those lyrics because that's how I was feeling. Okay, so there you go. And this really takes a toll on me. I become super weird. I start gaining weight. I stop working out. I stop talking to my friends. I'm not going to class. I mean, there is a whole list of things that I stopped doing or started doing way worse. And I was not happy. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know. I felt like I had everything, lined up for me and things were going well. And then all of a sudden this happens and it completely rips me apart. I genuinely felt super betrayed, and it was just gross. It was gross what she did. And I can't say that I did anything better. I definitely manipulated this girl's feelings after that without any care for if things were actually right or wrong. And I'm saying stuff. I'm talking about doing drugs, and she ends up calling the cops on me because I'm telling her I want to stop talking to her. And she thought that this meant that I was going to just end it all, and that was that. So I talked to the paramedics. My roommate, I think, was there, maybe because I was like folding my clothes. He actually might not have been there. But I'm just talking to these paramedics. They've got the stretcher. They're waiting for me. And I'm just like, dog, I'm good. It's a toxic relationship. This does not need to happen. Yeah, I said some dumb stuff. I'm really hurt by everything, but I'm not going to do anything. So obviously, part of that was my fault. If I wouldn't have said anything stupid, if I would have just blocked her, I wouldn't have had to talk to those people. But honestly, yeah, I think it was a little crazy that she went and did that because I had no intention of doing anything like that, nor did I say I was going to do anything like that. I was obviously very emotional, but I never said anything like that was going to happen. Alrighty, so I missed a crucial piece of information that I absolutely have to tell y'all. So basically, I went out with my guy friends, and we were in line for something, And there was this girl that had sent the text messages to her ex about my lyrics and everything. And my ex, who I had made videos about in high school, literally back to back, not facing each other. And I see this and I start tweaking because I know they're not obviously like together. They're not going to this event together. But God just randomly decided to place them both there at the same time right in front of me. That's crazy. Funny story, she actually hit me up like 2 years later and was like, I'm so proud of you for doing your music stuff. And I was like, awesome. Like, that's awesome. Like, we should catch up, whatever, because I'm obviously open to talking to people when we haven't talked for a long time, just to see how we're doing and whatever. I like to see if I've grown as a person, if I'm still emotional about stuff, whatever. And she was like, no, I don't want to do that. And I was like, okay, cool. So that weird, right? Just really weird. A girl that played a part in ruining my college experience then texts me to say, hey, congratulations on your success. That's pretty crazy. But anyways, enough of that. Things weren't great. Things were not great. I was very depressed. I stopped showing up to school. I loved biochemistry, but the other classes that they were making me take, I just didn't understand why I even had to take them. Like, I was ready to just do the grueling task of all biology and science and all the math stuff, like, all at once, instead of taking random, like, speaking classes and stuff that they were kind of making me take. Like, it was just weird. And I lost motivation because it felt like I was doing something that I didn't want to do. And now, of course, oh, Anthony, it's a couple classes you could have got through it. You're probably right, and I think if I was in a better headspace overall, I probably would have gone through it, but that's not the reality we were living in. The reality I was experiencing was a lot darker and very sad. I stopped going to class, my mom was having issues, my grandfather was sick, my dog was getting sick. Everything felt terrible. I mean, literally everything felt terrible. I think even at this point, my friends started hanging out with different people, and we were kind of separating as well. Like, if you weren't in the same frat or whatever, you weren't talking to the people you kind of grew up with and everything, so that sucked. And yeah, everything was just affecting me deeply, and then it got time to take my finals and everything. I completely missed them. I flunked 2 or 3 of my classes, and that was GG's for me. That semester was terrible, and I was like, yeah, I'm probably done, but I gave it one more shot. And in one of my first classes of the new semester, I had a math class, and my ex is there. She walks out of the classroom. She's like, oh my gosh, how are you? Like, I'm so excited to see you. That's so crazy. And I had the class right before you. And little did she know, that was actually my breaking point. I literally was trying to find a sign to stay in school and do my thing. And that completely killed all of the motivation that I tried to find to continue school. After a couple more weeks, at like 3 or 4 in the morning, I moved everything out of my apartment. I told my friends I was dropping out, and after a little bit, they ended up coming to my house and saying like, yo, what the heck are you doing? They literally broke into my house and were like, Anthony, you can't do this. You got to stay in school and whatever. And I literally told them, I was like, I'm not doing it. Like, I don't care. It's just not for me. And it honestly wasn't. I really don't even see myself going back to school. I love learning about stuff, but I honestly like learning about stuff in my free time, and I don't really love getting tested on stuff. It's really stressful for me. And when I see stuff on an answer sheet, everything just looks jumbled and weird, and I don't have a good time. So yeah, if you are someone who's about to go to college, or you are in college and you're feeling depressed or whatever, definitely talk to a therapist, definitely talk to your friends, talk to your parents, talk to somebody and tell them how you're feeling, because I did not do that. I kept everything pretty much secret. I didn't want to look weak at the fact that a girl cheated on me. I didn't talk to literally anybody about it, and it pretty much ruined me. Like, it was really bad. I kept it all in my head, and I dropped out. So do not do what I did. Do not waste the opportunity of college, and enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy every second you have with your friends. Meet new people. You never know who you're gonna meet, honestly. You can meet your best friends. You can meet your husband, your wife, literally anybody, just from being more open and trying to get out there. With that being said, let's hit a trick shot. I really want to hit a throwing knife shot. I feel like that would be super dope. I feel like I haven't hit one of those yet at all in the series. I also don't even know if you can. So we will definitely test that out. I don't know if I want to do a straight up or anything, but yeah, you guys will see the shot in a second. That was, wait a minute, that was kind of clean. That actually scared me that I hit that. I didn't get reload. I haven't been getting reload on my shots, like, at all. But this was kind of sick, I think. Oh, wait, why did it not show any of the shock charges? All right, well, I hit. That was kind of sick. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. That's why I dropped out of college. And yeah, have a good one.